What's up? What's up, everybody? We are live coming to you guys from Bangkok, Thailand. We had a day off yesterday, no stream yesterday due to the travel. We came from Vietnam back to Thailand, and it has been one hell of a run. I don't think I've slept in a couple of days, but we don't need sleep. You understand me? This is one of those nights where you pop up, you get yourself a Red Bull, and you jump on because you have business to take care of. And I was excited to get back on tonight and chat with you guys, man. We have a lot of cool topics here. Some good, some challenging. I'm going to first obviously open up with this Elon Musk story about AI, which is really cool. Then I'm going to tell you guys just exactly what I've been through in the last 24 hours, trying to travel, trying to put things together and make this right. I know we might make it look easy behind the scenes, but god damn it, there's a lot that goes into it, and we're going to share some laughs here. So let's hop into this first headline. This really caught my attention today. Probably one of the cooler stories I've actually got to cover involving these big, powerful people. We get to move a little bit away from politics, and we actually get to hear a billionaire for once talk about something that they actually know about, talk about something that's actually their field of expertise. So Elon Musk was speaking at the U.S. Saudi Investment Forum just today, and he was talking about AI, and he laid out some pretty groundbreaking, pretty shocking predictions about AI and how he sees it affecting the future of the world, the future of jobs, and the future of technology. So this is really fascinating. I heard parts of the clip, but we're going to listen to the full thing here live and direct. And if you're liking the streams lately, guys, make sure to hit that sub, hit that like. Let's get that algorithm going and bump this channel all the way to the top. So we're going to play Elon Musk. Let's take a listen to what he had to say at the Saudi Forum today on his predictions for AI.
Sure. Well, if you say like in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So
We'll take that.
Yeah, I'll clap for that.
I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. Now, between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. Mm-hmm. I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Now, there will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints. But I think at some point, currency becomes irrelevant.
Super interesting take here from Elon Musk today, basically predicting that one, work will be optional, but two, currency and money will actually become irrelevant in a world of AI. And thinking about this just off the top of my head, it actually kind of does make sense. The one thing that really fascinates me about AI is the fact that you can get so many things done so efficiently, in a lot of cases for free. I mean, yes, they're starting to monetize a lot of AI. ChatGPT and Grok have rolled out paid options, moving away from being nonprofit organizations to being actual for-profit companies. But a lot of the stuff that you can do with AI nowadays is completely free and is free to access. So that's one of the crazy things to me when looking at it, is how much you can do for so little money and in often cases no money. So if you were to look at AI taking over and AI really growing at scale, it would make sense why money would actually start to become less and less relevant as time goes on, because AI will be able to do a lot more. Basically, we're building AI to live to serve, Whereas we're building humans to live for money, essentially. That's, if we're programming humans, talking mentally, we mentally program them to work for money and to value currency. But if we're dealing with mostly AI, we're going to be programming those bots, programming those vessels to only live to serve for free. So it does kind of make sense that the world would potentially move away from currency, move away from money, and move more towards results. But this is still really hard for me to wrap my mind around. How exactly is the world going to move away from money? Now, when he talks about work being optional, again, he knows a lot more about this than me. I'm not going to sit here and challenge Elon Musk when it comes to AI, but, I'm not the expert. But I do struggle to understand that first portion of how work will be optional. For me, from where I'm sitting, I see AI making work easier. I see AI making work something that basically it makes your work take less work, but you still have to sit behind the board and operate it. So I don't know if Elon Musk views operating AI as not necessarily being work. I don't necessarily know how he's looking at it. But for me, I could see not necessarily work being optional, but the workflow being streamlined in such a way that it's going to be unrecognizable to what it was before. And when I really look at this, I think about my own workflow. So for example, 3 years ago, before the huge rise of ChatGPT, the huge rise of Grok, yes, we probably had beta versions and we did have these things around, but it wasn't as widely used as it is now. I remember just a couple of years ago, I would spend hours writing descriptions for my live streams, writing descriptions for my podcasts, coming up with YouTube titles, coming up with thumbnail headlines. I will openly say that that's one of the only things that I regularly use AI for when it comes to my work. I don't necessarily use AI when it comes to my actual content, or really at all. I don't use it. But when it comes to the packaging of it, I think it's smart to use. So I will tell, for example, for a live stream, I'll tell ChatGPT, I'm doing a live stream about Elon Musk talking about AI taking over the world. Give me a YouTube title for this live stream. So I'm still coming up with the concept. I'm still coming up in some cases with the title. I'll feed it a title. But it's going to streamline that process for the descriptions too. I think about how much time I used to take to write those things. And also writing emails and writing all these things. Now you can write it, but it's going to be streamlined. So my point is, given that there's been such a shift in my own personal workflow in just a couple of years because of AI, I could definitely see a world in 5 years. And again, people say 5-10 years. With AI, it could easily be 2 years. It could easily be 1 year. I could see a world where the workflow entirely changes. And I know a lot of people are scared of that. I know a lot of people are afraid of AI. My thing is this. AI is it's going to be whatever you let it be. So it's either going to be your best friend or it's going to be your worst enemy. I think this is like the internet, but on steroids, in the sense that if people decide to resist it, if any business or any company or any individual trying to make a name out there is ignoring AI and trying not to jump on the wave, they're going to get crushed by the wave. Like, people will be left behind when it comes to this. So that's a concern for those people, for the folks who don't want to adapt. But again, that's sort of the case in all new developments. It was the case with the internet. In a lot of cases, it was the case with crypto. So I would say we're going to see the same thing with AI for sure. We're going to see some people get left behind. We're going to see people not get it and not ride the wave. On the other hand, I would say the earlier adopters, the people who really understand that they have to wrap their minds around AI now, because it's already a little bit late. I mean, you can't even really call yourself an early adopter of AI if you're getting into it now. But the people who understand it and embrace it, I don't think are going to be replaced by AI at all. I think they're going to be, if anything, super benefited by AI. I think AI is going to do a number of really positive things for people. And I see it like you have to be AI's friend, and you have to let it be your friend. So for example, I was thinking about content when I look at apps like Sora, the Sora app. Do you guys have the Sora app? So I don't know, if for anybody who's not familiar, Sora is the #1 AI app right now, but you need a code to get on it. I guess it's like still a beta version or a test version. But basically it makes these ridiculous videos. So like I made a video of me, let's say I took over Russia. I became the leader of Russia. You write the prompt in and it makes a video based on this. So there's me running Russia. Sorry, President Putin. You got a new leader. You got a new predecessor coming in to take the reins. But when I was looking at this and looking at like making some of the street interviews with it, fake street interviews, I haven't even posted these on my mains. This is just on my Sora account where I have no followers. But I was looking at this and I was like, a lot of people would see this and feel threatened. Like I could look at this in one of two ways. I could look at this app showing me doing a street interview and I could be like, damn, this app could replace me. This app could make my job obsolete. This app could completely eliminate me and wipe the need for what I do off the map. I could look at it that way. Or I could look at it this way. I could look at it in the sense that if we're making content, now I just have different outlets to make content. And guess what? We know it's AI. Like people have this suspicion that AI is going to be used sneakily all the time. The way I see it happening is creators can potentially license out their image, license out their likeness, or just use it themselves on apps like Sora to create different branches of their content. So I could see people in a couple of years, and we're really going like to where I predict things now. But I could see people becoming successful for what they really do, and then also for their AI. Like I could see people coming up to me on the street in real life, recognizing me as the guy from the Cassius AI. Now, how trippy would that be? This is the way I'm picturing it because I'm thinking, how can I not get trampled by AI? How can I make it that it's benefiting my career instead of replacing me? Yes, I can have my ecosystem of IRL content and real life content with the real Cassius. But what if I also made the AI Cassius famous as well? What if I made AI Cassius go viral? What if I made this guy who looks like me, because when he gets popular online, I also get popular. And he can do a lot more things than I can do. If I want to go to New York to make a video, I can't go to New York to make a video right now because I'm in Thailand. But he can. I don't want to make people think it's real, but I can still make a video with this dude in the Statue of Liberty, which is this video here. And I can actually become successful in real life from being known as an AI. How's that? It's like Inception type thinking right here. But this is my shit because I'm sitting here thinking about being on the next wave. What's next? What are we going to do for the next step of this whole thing? So it's interesting. I think it does almost go with Elon's statement as well, though. What if AI Cassius becomes super famous, super popular, super successful, 10 million followers on TikTok from AI Cassius? Well, in that case, work will be optional. It actually might be an option for me to not do my other content like this because maybe you won't even need it anymore. So the whole concept of this is super, super crazy. But ultimately, I think that whenever everybody gets scared about something big and it's happening anyway, that means you need to pay attention to that thing and that it's not going away. Like, there is legitimately no chance of this slowing down. There's no chance of this train stopping. So I think our best bet, our best course of action is actually going to be to try to move forward with it instead of move forward against it. For anybody who's just joining, I'll play the beginning of Elon's statement again, just so we can really soak it in.
Sure. Well, if you say like in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
Listen to all the lazy people clapping. Like, I joked when I first played it, like, yeah, I'll clap for that. But actually, though, if you're clapping for working less, these are the same people who sit there and tell you how they wish they were rich. Like, people will literally sit there with a straight face and tell you, I wish I was rich, and then clap when, they get a long weekend. or when work hours are reduced. That's the difference between Musk and these guys in the crowd, even though I'm sure they're rich. They're at the Saudi Investment Forum. What up, Metal?
So,
We'll take that.
yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional.
See, that makes sense with the content, though. It's like AI Cass. Maybe he does the biggest interview in the world with somebody, with AI Trump, and we go viral. Like, it's a cool concept. It really is.
That will be what work is like, optional. And between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money is doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. There will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints. But I think at some point, currency becomes irrelevant.
Such a fascinating topic. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think Elon Musk is onto something here, or do you think he's just talking crazy? He's lost his way. I know a lot of people say that now. Elon's crazy now. They'll put a sticker on their Tesla. I bought this before Elon was crazy. He's crazy. I think the best way I could put it is this. I'm not saying he's not crazy, but Kanye said it the best. People want these crazy looking cars, these crazy looking shoes, these crazy songs, but they don't want it to come from crazy people. So I'm not an Elon apologist by any stretch. I have a lot of problems with some of the stuff he's done, but at the same time, I think the eccentric, weird ones, just leave them alone. Let them be crazy. Let them be weird. I see in the chat, he makes robots, they will take every job possible. Well, that's the thing. I think that's a pretty good point from Dan in the chat. There's different types of AI. So like the AI that I'm really talking about is like software AI. Generative AI. When we're talking about hardware AI, like manufacturing lines and stuff, yeah, I mean, I think those jobs are gone. I don't think, and this is really the piece I'm trying to piece together. Like, I understand what Musk is saying for certain fields, but like, what does that mean for a truck driver though? How is work going to be optional for a truck driver? Or for a guy who works on a manufacturing line, or a guy who works as a cashier at McDonald's? How is AI going to benefit that guy? And how is it going to make work optional for him? I know for certain fields like we're talking about, it might. You know, if Morgan Freeman licenses his voice to AI, which he has, I believe, he can never work again. It will be optional. But how does that work for the gas station clerk? They have no leverage. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Metal says, I think that the people that choose to work will set themselves apart. Completely agree. That's why I think, yeah, for me, that's what I'll do. I will choose to work while also using AI as a friend. I want AI to be my friend, not my enemy. I think it's a really good friend and a really bad enemy. The economy will have to evolve. There will have to be universal guaranteed income. See, I mean, there would have to be that to a certain degree, but I wonder what that looks like, because a lot of these guys are, these billionaires and people on the right especially are very against that. So I don't know how that really gels with this concept. But, I mean, you're not wrong. Kate says, thinking of it simply, we live on the earth where the only rules that are put on us are the ones we made. Money doesn't have to control the world, but we have made it such. We have chose to make life hard. I completely agree with that. Honestly, yeah. I mean, the system we have, it made the most sense in the beginning, and it still makes the most sense in a twisted way now, but it messes everything up. But, oh, shout out to Jamie. Oh, hey, Jamie. Oh, wow, look at that. I love that. The icons are really, really small, so I can't really see from where I'm at. But yeah, no, I think that's a totally great point. But I mean, I can't, I'm not at a point where I can wrap my mind around a world without money. Like these are crazy concepts. Yeah, Elon might be crazy, but he knows his tech. Exactly. That's the thing. Exactly. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments if you're watching the recording as well. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. I'm excited to see what happens. I think AI is exciting. Maybe I'm looking at it from the standpoint that if you don't laugh, you'll cry. But that's kind of what it is. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Yeah, so I had one hell of a day today, guys. I didn't get to do a stream today, or yesterday rather, because we got caught up with some bullshit on Airbnb. I just want to take this opportunity to say, guys, if you guys use Airbnb in 2025, I highly, highly recommend you take a look at other options. I've been a loyal Airbnb customer for almost a decade now. I mean, I've been a loyal customer, giving these people a lot of business. And the experience that I had yesterday reminded me why I love hotels so much. So today I ended up battling with Airbnb to get a refund. And it was unbelievable. So I checked into this room, and this room had to be one of the worst B&Bs. So I walk in the room. First of all, we couldn't find the building. I had no SIM card. So the driver, we're here in Thailand, the driver's speaking Thai. He's trying to find the building, trying to find it. We couldn't find it anywhere. We finally get in. The second I walk into the building, something smells off. I knew something was wrong. The building smelled like mold, and usually they're pretty good. Again, I use Airbnb a lot. Usually it's pretty good. I knew the second I walked into this building it was going to be bad. I just knew it. So I walked in. I opened the door to the room. And guys, this is what you get when you don't have staff that's doing cleaning. This is what you get when you have some of the stuff. I could smell, this is nasty. I could smell the bed. How dirty it was, the sheets, when I walked into the room. I kid you not. If you guys think I'm exaggerating, let me show you a photo really quick. So this was the pillow. This was the condition of the pillow. I'll make sure you guys can see it. When I walked into the room. I don't know how well you guys can see all the dust and dirt on that. There's another picture. Look at the dust and dirt that was all over this pillow. Now, I decided to do some further investigation on the pillow, and this is where I really regretted it after that. And I took a look at the pillow without a pillowcase. Guys, look at this. Hold on a second. I feel like the brightness is too high. You guys can't really see. Look at the condition. No, you know what? I'm going to text it to my Facebook just so you guys can see it properly. I feel like I'm not doing it justice with the pictures. You guys have to, I've been using Airbnb forever. I've never been suggested to something like this. I was actually surprised. Look at that pillow. That was the condition of the pillow that they expected me to sleep on at Airbnb. So there was that. I go to get the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi's not working. I go to turn the air conditioning on. The air conditioning's not working. Even the lamp wasn't working. in the corner. This was the other picture. I didn't know how well you guys could see it. Look at that. So I was fuming. So last night I was so tired. I did not have time to fuck around. By the time I got through the Vietnam airport, it took me hours. That airport is a fucking nightmare in Ho Chi Minh City. It's not even to complain, it's just facts. That airport's a nightmare. By the time I got into the city here in Bangkok, it was like 10:30, 11 at night. I was so tired. I just went to get another room at a hotel. I went to stay somewhere else for the night. I didn't even mess with it. I came back to battle these guys. Dude, I told them about the bed. I told them about the pillows. I told them about the blankets being all filthy. Do you know what these guys offered me in return? These guys ordered on Grab, which is the equivalent of like Uber Eats or Uber, like delivery, or DoorDash. They ordered me a single new pillow and just said, take that. Didn't offer to change the bed sheets. Didn't offer to change a goddamn thing that was in the room. Didn't offer to fix the AC. They sent me a pillow on DoorDash and didn't even deny that the bed wasn't clean. Now, I tried to do a calculation in my head about how dirty that bed must have been. How many people must have slept in that bed before me without it being clean? It must have been at least 4 people. The smell of the room. Anyway, I don't want to gross you guys out, but it was vile. I was livid. I was red with anger when this guy wouldn't change it. So I go back and forth with Airbnb, and here's the point of the story that I really wanted to get to. And this is why Airbnb, if you're watching, I mean, I'm sure they don't watch much. You're a terrible company. This is what the response says. So I'm asking for my refund. The Airbnb support says we are currently talking to your host and trying to convince him if he will consider providing you the refund. I said, that's funny. You guys are a company worth billions of dollars and you don't have insurance? You need to independently contact the host to see if he'll give me my money back? I told him, you guys need to give me my money, not the host. Here's the response from Airbnb. We cannot provide you a full refund. We are only a third party. A third party. And any compensation or refund still depends on your host's discretion. And in that moment, guys, that's when I realized Airbnb isn't safe. Imagine that, look, I'm lucky that I'm in a country right now that's safe. I'm lucky that I'm in a country where I can easily get a room and I even have friends here I can call to go and hang out with them. But imagine if I was in a place where I didn't have that. Let's say I was in South America, I'm in Brazil. And I need to leave my room urgently and I need to get my money back to get a new place. Imagine if they were withholding that money from me. Imagine how dangerous that would be. I ended up outside today with my luggage, all my stuff, nowhere to go until now, standing out on the street in a local area with no tourists. And I was just thinking, imagine if I was in Colombia right now. Imagine if I was in Mexico right now or Jamaica or somewhere where it's not really that safe. Airbnb just doesn't give a shit. It was shocking to me. And it sort of hit me like a ton of bricks, like this isn't really that safe. So I just wanted to put that message out there for anybody. You have friends in Brazil, I appreciate that. There we go. So maybe I would have been okay in Brazil. Shout out to Jamie. But it just hit me. So I'm in a hotel now. We're in a hotel now. We're done messing around with Airbnbs. And this dude, whoever was messaging me, clearly doesn't speak English. He goes, I told him I need the refund. He goes, if only it were that easy to do what you wanted to do, but it's not possible. What harm will you do if I follow what you want? There are other guests who also experience the same thing, but they understand and make sure they submit their documents and talk to the host properly. I don't even know what that means. But I'm considering scaling this up to a higher complaint. So, again, not to give you an ear beating about my day, but I like to tell these stories because what everybody does with travel is they post the highlights. They post only the cool moments. People will post themselves like going through customs and showing up in another country across the world as if they just showed up and walked in. They don't show you how hard it is to write the visas. They don't show you how hard it is to go through security, the shitty places they've stayed at, the situations they've been in. And everybody, unless you're a celebrity who has people arranging it for you, everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that. So that's why I like to share those stories. It's like, this is not a movie. You know, like this is real. Oh, Sepultura. I love Sepultura. But being you're a Kiss fan, you have a place in Pittsburgh to stay. Or Philadelphia. Or Pennsylvania. Jesus, my bad. It's been a long day, guys. I read PA, my brain just shut down. Jesus Christ. No accountability. This is exactly what will happen in a self-driving car. When an accident occurs, the company is going to get out of paying because they're a third party. Wow, that's so true. That's so true, yeah. Shout out to the Kiss fans, by the way, man. Guys, I had an explosive reaction on my Kiss video. I don't know if you guys saw the Ace Frehley video. Rest in peace, the spaceman. I don't know if you guys saw my Ace Frehley video where I talked about the Kiss tribute. It didn't get huge numbers, but like it didn't get tons. I think it got like 5,000 views. It didn't get huge numbers. Well, the live stream did. The live stream got a lot, actually. But I was really surprised at the level of comments and messages that I received on that video. I got more comments on that 5,000 view video than I did on videos without 350,000 views. People were commenting like crazy. And I think it was really emotional for people in a lot of ways. And people felt like I was attacking Gene and Paul. That's really not what it is. I think it was just a reaction to like the callous nature of Paul's statement, but then it really hit me like people don't really talk frankly about celebrities, especially in bands where they're adored like this. But look, maybe that's what sets me apart. I can adore you and still tell you that you're wrong. I can adore you and still tell you that you didn't do it right. So that's honestly what it was. But yeah, I got some emails, guys, from some high profile people about that video. And I know Kiss saw that video. So it is what it is, dude. At the end of the day, Kiss liked me in the beginning because I told it like it was. When I was doing the reports about Vinnie Vincent exposing him, that's me telling it like it was. When I'm doing the reports about all these other things, that's why they caught me in the first place. Eric Singer literally told me he watched the podcast about Vinnie Vincent. And he was asking me about the updates. So, at the end of the day, and anybody can get a report. That wasn't about Eric, the story, but I'm just saying anybody can get a report, and I got to keep that across the board. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. You worked with Ace and it was a nightmare? Well, that's not a surprise, though. I mean, not to disrespect him, but I mean, I'm not going to say he was easy to work with either. I mean, that's kind of the message I didn't want to misconstrue, is that I think Ace is a saint. I definitely didn't think that. I can understand some of the frustrations. So yeah, guys, it was fun. Fun times. Oh, Gene you worked with, and it was a nightmare. It's funny because I've heard really bad stories about Gene, but he's always been really cool to me. I think he started to mellow out as he got older. I think maybe once he hit 60, he really started to mellow out, and this is kind of the time when I was in the Kiss world. So I never knew Gene when he was really, really a hard ass like that. but I know there's stories of him completely giving people the cold shoulder. I mean, there's some crazy stories about Gene. The Bert Kreischer story, where he just basically told him flat out, shut up. Like, that was crazy. But he's always been very nice to me. Kiss has always been very gracious to me. That's why I'll never, yes, I can be critical of that memorial they did, but I'm never going to actually talk bad about them. I'll always say they're good people, even in that video. I will always defend the fact that they're really good to their fans and they're good folks. Yeah, he mellowed out though, right, John? He did. He mellowed out. Interesting. Yeah, I could see what you're saying there, Jamie, that maybe if you're benefiting him. But that's a lot of celebrities. We got to do a podcast, Jamie, about the New York days, and I think we need to do a podcast together. That would be great. Did you guys see, speaking of telling people to shut up, did you see Trump tell that woman to shut up and call her a pig? This is actually one of the craziest clips I've ever seen in my life. I gotta find a good quality version, because I could not believe this statement, man. You guys saw this one, right?
Is there something incriminating in the file, sir? Quiet. Sir, is there something incriminating in the file, sir? Quiet.
Hold on, we need to make sure we really see his face while he says it.
Sir, is there something incriminating in the file, sir? Quiet.
Wow. That is so insane, man. Not even just because it's the president, but to say that to somebody and look them dead in the face is absolutely insane behavior. And you know what, man? Honestly, if this was me, he probably would have said something different to a man, because that sounds like kind of a nasty remark, like he's saying it because she's a woman, which is not cool. But if he would have said something like that to me, dude, I genuinely would have been like, what the fuck did you just say? This is a guy, like, honestly, Trump has some good qualities, he has some bad qualities. But one thing I think we can all agree on, this is a dude who's never been punched in the face. Like, genuinely, to talk to people like that, this is a dude who's never suffered the consequences of the way that he talks to someone, because I think he's probably gotten his way his entire life. I don't care if you're the president of the United States or Jesus Christ himself. If you disrespect me like that in front of a room of people, I will have something to say back to you. I think the fact that nobody said anything, the cowardice of that is genuinely laughable. And then people wonder why this dude just does whatever he wants. Bro, if I could do whatever I wanted and people let me, like, there's people who do whatever they want who aren't allowed, and they still do it, and they get away with a lot. Imagine if people let you do it. You literally walk up to someone's face, say, fuck you, bitch. Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, let's go to the next meeting. Insanity. I think there needs to be a level of accountability, because I always miss the days of the old-fashioned, take off my rubber shoes, shout out Kanye. These are getting dirty. Take off the rubber Yeezys. I miss the guys who were the real diplomatic presidents, but not just diplomatic. Like, I miss the presidents who were like, I'm just one of you. You know, like the John F. Kennedys, or even Reagan did a pretty decent job of pretending like I'm an American man and like we're all on the same plane. We're all on the same level here. That's the one thing that you can never get with Trump. Because it's just like, he can fake it pretty good. He talks a good talk. Like, he can go to McDonald's and scoop fries. You know what I mean? Like, he knows how to play the game. But in no sense of reality does Donald Trump think that he's actually like anybody else, dude. He thinks he's above everybody. So it's really fascinating to see, but no, this is crazy.
Sir, is there something incriminating in the file, sir?
Quiet.
Dude, Dude, SNL doesn't even have to try anymore. SNL, South Park, I feel like they're almost probably struggling to find a creative spin on how to even spin this. If South Park wrote an episode like this, I'd be like, guys, this is a little far-fetched. Like, let's get back to reality. This is a little far-fetched. This is insane. He's taken something to the face, though. Bubba. Where's Bubba? Bubba has entered the chat. The yay shout out. I miss McCain Republicans, moderates. Yeah, I think, yeah, Obama McCain was a really nice, I mean, I think they both suck, but I feel like it was a really nice display of, I remember when that, like, McCain stood up for Obama at a town hall, and he was like, no ma'am, he's not this woman said he was evil or something, he said, you know what, he's my opponent, but he's an honorable man, or whatever. I miss those days. Scarte says, this is why people love Trump. No one can get away with bad behavior like he can, so they're all living vicariously. I agree. I completely agree. Honestly, yeah. I think the level of stuff that he gets away with is pretty shocking. Love him or hate him. I feel like it's like we've never really seen it in the Western world to this level. Like, we've seen it with leaders of other countries that are more corrupt. I don't think we've ever seen, but again, a lot of presidents are corrupt. I mean, we can go down the rabbit hole. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Hopping over to a quick couple of song reviews. So on this episode, I wanted to bring you guys some new music. There's some really, really cool new music here coming out from my man. We want to make sure we get him up on the screen here. Matt Nye. Matt Nye is an incredible rapper who I first was introduced to, jumping the gun here, who I was first introduced to through my live music reaction streams. Matt Nye is based in Hollywood, Florida, and we wanted to play a couple of tracks just to get you guys' reaction, but also just to get the word out there about Matt Nye. Make sure to go follow him on Spotify if you enjoy the music that we're about to listen to. And this first track is called, make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
Intention. Let's run it and give your honest feedback down below. Don't sugarcoat it. If you love it, you love it. If you hate it, I want to know. Let's find out.
She said, what is my intention? Yeah. What is my intention? Trying to turn this curse into a blessing. I question. I don't think we're getting into heaven. It's simple. Ocean is deep and then the wind pulls a bubble by the surface.
Yeah. She said, what is my intention? I'm trying to turn a curse into a blessing. I question. I don't think we're getting into heaven. It's simple. The ocean is deep and by the wind pull bubble born on the surface, then it pop like a pimple. Where'd it go? What's this afterlife? I've been doing wrong for so long, about half my life. Trying to do good, but the walls are too high to climb. I'm only getting older. I don't know if I have the time. So much disappointment. I don't know if I got the heart. Gotten so far. How the fuck I'm back at the start? Shorty wanna hang. I don't know if I wanna chill. I don't got the energy to hear about how you feel. They say that they want the truth, but mad when I keep it real. So I keep it to myself. I'm quiet when I hang with bitches. She asking me all these questions, but that ain't your fucking business. My life is too dark. I ain't trying to fuck up the mood. Roll a little blunt, sit back and get comfortable. I'd rather hit.
I really like the guitar instrumentation.
I put up all these walls cause there's something to protect in here. Sadly now it's hard for anybody to get in there. And who would even want when all I got is just dead in there? I told the girl to leave and go and find something better there. She said ain't no better, dear. Wrote in this letter here, I hardly ever read it. When I do though, I shed a tear. She said, what is my intentions? I'm trying to turn this curse into a blessing. I question. I don't think we're getting into heaven. It's simple.
It's like that late night drive type of vibe under the stars.
On the surface, then it pop like a pimple. Where'd it go? What's this afterlife? I've been doing wrong for so long, about half my life. Trying to do good, but these walls are too high to climb. I'm only getting older, I don't know if I have the time. So much disappointment, I don't know if I got the heart. Gotten so far, how the fuck I'm back at the start? Homie wanna hang, I don't know if I wanna chill. I don't have the energy to hear about who you killed. I ain't got no money, I don't care about what you steal. I ain't got the patience to explain that you need to heal. They say they want the truth, mad when I keep it real, so I keep it to myself. I'm quiet when I hang with bitches, they asking me all these questions, but that ain't your fucking business. Life is too dark.
He's heating up now.
The mood, roll a little blunt, sit back and get comfortable. Keep your mouth shut when you talk, it's insufferable. I put up all these walls cause there's something to protect in here. Sadly now it's hard for anybody to get in here. Who would even want to? All I got is just dead in here. I told that bitch to leave and go and find something better there. She said ain't no better, dear. Wrote in the letter here, I hardly ever read it. When I do,
He doesn't need a beat. He doesn't need an instrumental. Oh, this is cool. It's like cinematic, you know? I like the fact that this is typically the type of beat that you would sing on or use auto-tune. Heavy distorted vocals, heavy effects, and he just does it so pure with the actual bars. That's the one thing I respect about Matt Nye. He always takes it back to actual bars coming out of Hollywood, Florida. And I just appreciate the lyricism. There's always at least one lyric in a Matt Nye song that I'm like, this clicks. This is something that like I can relate to. Okay, very cool. That song was called Intention by Matt Nye. Let's play the next cut. There's two more cuts real quick we wanted to look at.
Yeah.
$1 Million Deal.
You should let me go. Might come back one day, but you never know.
Drop a follow on Spotify.
Look, yo. I told her if you love me, you should let me go. I might come back one day, but you never know. We all see the past through a rose tint, thinking now we could've done better, but ain't no shit, no shit. All I know is this, I don't know shit. Is that your bitch? Then why isn't she on your dick? I heard life's hard, baby, put that seatbelt on. There's a car crash coming, who won't be back on?
Oh, he's got the jazz vibe, yeah.
Learn to drive slow, bend and hit the corner every time I see the 5-0. I just wanna vibe though, I just wanna chill. What'd you do to get that multi-million-dollar deal?
Hey.
Who I gotta kill? Who
Yeah, that's Matt Nye.
I ain't
Kate.
Yo, me, I just wanna know, but I don't like that road. So I carved and made my path with gold. Who else trying to gain the world and then still hold on to their soul? I know, but why bake a cake if you can't eat the shit? I'm trying to barge in places they only let the elitists in. Grew up in the system, could die in the rooms they feed us in. They dragged us in the rooms with no cameras or they would beat us in. Seasons in, I got out, but it's still a part of me. Call me what you want, but you couldn't question the heart of me. The darkest way, and ain't locked up, but I feel incarcerated. Course I'm hated, know that they want me dead and my corpse paraded. Fuck them though, my people almost went like the buffalo. I roll a little weed and I turn her green like I'm Ruffalo. No bluffing, no, only the names and places have changed. So when things come back, ain't nobody catching the case. I heard life's hard, baby, put that seatbelt on. There's a car crash coming, who won't be back home? Let them speed up on. I learned to drive slow, bend and hit the corner every time I see the 5-0. I'm just trying to vibe though, I just wanna chill. What'd you do to get that multi-million-dollar
deal?
Who I gotta kill? Who you had to blow? I ain't here to judge you, me, I just wanna know. But I don't like that road, so I carved and made my path with gold. Who else trying to gain the world and then still hold on to their soul? I know, but why bake a cake if you can't eat this shit? I'm trying to barge in places they only let the elitists in. Grew up in the system, could die in the room they feed us in. They dragged us in the rooms with no cameras or they would beat us in. Seasons in, I got out, but it's still a part of me. Could call me what you want, but you couldn't question the heart. I heard life's hard, baby, put that
I love that lyric.
on. There's a car crash coming, who won't be back home? Let them speed up on. I learned to drive slow, bend and hit the corner every time I see the 5-0.
You can call me what you want, but can never question my artistry. That's like literally my life in one sentence. If there's one thing I could want to be remembered for or to be like known for, it would be that. Say what you want about it, call me what you want, think what you want about it, but you cannot deny the quality of the output that we're producing, bro. You can't question it. I love that. I like that one. Kind of a jazzy type of vibe. That was cool. We got The third cut, last cut, this one's called Night Terror. And I have a feeling it's going to be something completely unique and different. Knowing Matt's work, this will be something different. Always appreciate the bars, man. Let's go. I think we're getting spooky with this one. We're going to go dark.
Something just don't feel right.
Let me hear it, Matt. Come on.
I woke up like something happened, the thunder cracking, streaks of lightning, it light the night, then it's back to black, then outside my window moaning, gentle drips, I see the rain, tree branch scratch against the glass, that's a window pane, swear someone's watching, caution, I can feel the gaze, friends texting on my phone, calling, ain't been seen for days, a zombie. Couldn't die like Londi. Kiss rings, ripped jeans, bloody Abercrombie.
Kiss rings.
Stuck in my head, heavy on my chest again. Something evil sitting on me, hard to catch my breath again. Eyes open, try to close them, lids frozen. Bloody screams, glimpse of fingers gripping dirt and bloody jeans, visceral. Shadows in my peripheral, ethereal, ghost on the box, like the cereal.
Let's go.
Eyes in the darkness, dead stare like a carcass. Wood floor, looking more warped, see the ceiling stains. Smoke in the corner, paint peeling, started feeling things. Long black fingers with sharp nails tugging at my sheets. Oh shit, I think for a minute that I fell asleep. Seasons change, evil things, writing like I'm Stephen King. Dirty puddle, toxic atmosphere, making acid rains. Melt your plastic face, throw that body in a placid lake. Past the gate, through a cemetery, take a shortcut. Bad influence, girls in seminaries pull their skirts up. She cool, but something inside her evil. I hit it so hard, her head spun and split the pea soup. Fucking hell, dude. Got a mind made for Bellevue.
Exorcist.
Rules and flies, well, Christ can't compel you by Hell's Gate. Staring at the devil, stuck in stalemate. God's got me, but he closed his eyes on a demon night. Purge him. Pitchforks and townfolk emerging. Burn them, don't sacrifice that bitch. She ain't a virgin, serving your master word. Who your master serve? I crumble her to sit under the moon while the cherry burn and look into the darkness till it stare back and it wink. Know that everything created off a thought that we think. Yo, I woke up like something happened, the thunder cracking.
Got you, Jamie. I'll check it out.
Light the night, then it's back to
Thank
black.
you.
Then outside my window moaning, gentle drips, I see the rain. Tree branch scratch against the glass, that's a window pane. Something just don't feel right.
I like the beat. It's understated, but it's still spooky.
Give me your soul. No. No, I
Hold on, you got the devil featured? How much does it cost to get the devil to do a feature, Matt? Can you leak the price tag? Bro got the devil himself.
See the rain, tree branch. It means nothing. Then why do you want it? You guys always come around asking for a soul and say that it doesn't mean nothing, but then you willing to offer me shit that feels like it means something. It just makes me feel like my soul might actually mean something. No, it's just a formality, really. Give it to me. I don't wanna. No. Leave me alone. This is my room. This is my room. You're not real. You're not real.
Matt Nye. Hollywood, Florida in the building, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Lots of creativity. Again, that's the one thing I love about Matt, man. Like, whenever you put him on, he's always going to have something different. He's always going to have something unique, but the artistry is always there as well. Like, he's not going to let you down when it comes to bringing something fresh. And there's going to be a sound for anybody, whether you like the spookier stuff, whether you like the darker stuff, the lighter stuff, there's always going to be something for you. So make sure to go give him a follow on Spotify and Instagram, Matt Nye. We're about to wrap up the stream. Jamie sent me something. Let me see what this is. Shout out to Jamie, man. Jamie's the best. We love her. Everybody in the business. So this is, how do I say that name? Chinner? CHNNR. Chinner? I'm probably saying that wrong. Yeah, let's check this out.
1080 in progress. Send a couple couple units. Yo, who manages this? I think I've lost my fucking mind this time. Yeah. Yeah, what you talking about? Talk about my head, man. What you talking about?
Channer.
There's no peace, no fuck with me. Nah, I got to let you know. Now what you talking about? Back with no soliloquy, black and force energy. Still putting work in the field till my head start to bleed.
Let's go.
Still trying to feed the fiends. If the price ain't right, bitch, I'm still in what I need to eat. You're no worry, life's still a tragedy. I will never break, I ain't built for captivity. Hit it with the drum, fight it, drum, my nigga. I got a gun to my head, I might pull the trigger. I know you wanna say it, just say it, my nigga. We all slaves to the trigger. Hey, yeah, I'm going down swinging.
Oh, this is cool. I like this.
Got my hand on my ear. I'll be dead in the ground. I won't ever back down. I ain't running from nothing. Yeah, I'm going down swinging. And I'll fight till I'm bleeding out. I'll be dead in the ground. I won't ever back down. I ain't running from nothing. Drop it, get on the fucking floor. 3-letter agencies still coming after me. They will never let a brother survive in the factory. I got the master key. I'ma set my brothers free. Fuck the new world order, wrong side of history. Back up on my dog shit. Don't give a fuck shit. I ain't apologizing and I'm done apologizing.
Yeah, Jamie, this is literally hip hop and metal. Sorry, hip hop and like rock, I would say, mixed, maybe metal, perfectly. Like, it's the one thing with me about hip hop and rock is that it often sounds forced when you put it together. This sounds natural, which is really cool.
You have the right to remain silent. You got a problem with me, pussy, full of saying with your chest. Hey, yeah, I'm going down swinging. Got my hand on my ear. I'll be dead in the ground. I won't ever back down. I ain't running from nothing. Yeah, I'm going down swinging. And I'll fight till I'm bleeding out. I'll be dead in the ground. I won't ever back down. I ain't running from nothing. I pledge allegiance to the power. Home of the brave, dying for these cowards. Hit it with the drum, fight it, drum, my nigga. I got a gun to my head, I might pull the trigger. I know you wanna say it, just say it, my nigga. We all slaves to the trigger.
Oh. Oh, hell yeah. I like that a lot. Shout out to Channer, man. Yeah, I want to check out more of this for sure. Let's take a look at doing something, Jamie. Let's take a look at doing something. 100%. I like it. Thank you for sending. Thank you guys for tuning in. Quick stream tonight. We talked about Elon Musk, my Airbnb nightmares. Tomorrow, I think we'll come on and talk about Diddy. There's some brand new charges still being leveraged against Diddy while he's behind bars, which may actually extend his sentence quite a long period of time. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. We'll, of course, have some new developments, new things to chat about. So make sure to tune in, guys. And I love each and every one of you. Whether we have 100,000 viewers like last stream, or whether we have 5 viewers, which we have more than that today, and even if it was 5, I love all 5 of you. We're still going to deliver the same content, the same passion, the same caliber every single stream. I don't care if nobody's watching. I'm going to perform like it's my biggest show every single stream. So thank you guys for being here. I love you with all my heart. Jamie, I'll try to get some sleep, but no promises. No promises, but I'll give it a shot. I love you guys, man. Take care. Catch you tomorrow.